Hey guys, welcome to my very first YouTube video. I'm Nethercloud, and I thought the best place to start would be at the beginning. So here we are, the very first place that I spawned in this world, right here on this block. Before we get started, I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of background. I'm actually pretty new to the game. I started earlier this year, and totally just wound up doing one of those bored on YouTube days, found some Minecraft videos, and just went down the rabbit hole, and now I'm totally addicted. So this is where I spawned, and this is my first little starter house. It's modest, obviously, built out of cobble, and, you know, pretty just basic. I thought it was cool on day, when I got this bed up. I did spend like a week or two, like, going through seeds and getting my legs under me to, like, get used to the game before I started this world, but I don't count any of that. This is my first real home. This back closet was initially where I was going to do the nether portal, but I decided against that and wanted to wait for the nether update, and then got impatient, so we're actually playing in a snapshot. The nether update's officially releasing on Tuesday, in a couple of days here. It's Sunday night right now for me. Hopefully this video will be coming out in a little bit, and if not, we'll be bringing it out on Monday for sure. Standard little wheat farm, little cobblestone stairway. There were a lot more trees around here. I planted them and harvested them over and over again, and then kind of left it bare because I figured I was going to do a lot of terraforming later. I wanted to keep this place kind of roleplay. I've just first attempt at a fountain here, little fishing pool. This is actually a villager breeder. If you look at my little list here, I followed a tutorial by Hudlin to do this, and I love this thing. The little babies fall through the holes down there because they can fit under the half slabs. And I don't know why there's wheat in here. There was only carrots for the longest time, but I must have dropped some wheat in at one point. So we'll fix that at one point. Basic little farm for hand harvesting stuff in the beginning and whatnot. I was trying not to get too industrial with this area, and I do eventually have plans to turn this glass into a more stylish, like, what would you call it? Like a community garden looking thing, make it look fancy with wood and some cool lighting and detail and whatnot. Basic sugarcane farm, and this was the first industrial thing that I put up. This is obviously an iron farm, and I followed this design off of one of Waddle's tutorials. And all of the tutorials I mentioned in this video, they're all going to be linked in the description because I like to give credit where credit is due. One of the things I loved about learning about Minecraft was that the community was just so awesome. So many people willing to help each other and work with each other to achieve really awesome stuff. And I thought that was a great thing to be a part of, which is why I'm here doing these videos. I never really thought I'd be doing gaming videos, but this is great, and I've always been an avid gamer, so let's see if it works, huh? Produced a lot of iron, but I just emptied it earlier today. I got some villagers that I'm trading with. So anyway, let's get away from the first boring little piece of my starter base here. Oh yeah, let's put our armor and elytra back on. So obviously I've done the end and the nether. I've got a beacon and everything, so I learned how to do all that pretty quick. I knew it was important from watching all the content. So the grand plan is there's huge plans for all this because we're still within spawn chunks, and that's super important because it stays loaded. But when I was caving early on, I found a spider spawner. So this was my early game experience grinder. It is not super efficient. At the time I didn't have any soul sand, so I just made one where it drags it to you, and it's, it's not very efficient, but it got the job done early game. There it is. Stuff on top to keep them spawning on top. Oh, half slabs. Thought that was a whole block. Anyway, yeah, so this is just like an access room. And originally, this was just going to be a spider spawner base. There's going to be the elevator here, the elevator there, and I was going to throw like a bed and a few chests here. Decided to knock the wall back. Boom, boom. Now, this is still a work in progress, but I wanted to give you a show of what's going on. So this was originally just going to be a little bedroom back here with a little style, and I thought, well, how much room would I need for a fountain? Turns out enough that I decided to make this my main base, and this was the first like major thing I built in the game. And I was super proud of it. I still really like it. I mean, I know compared to what's out there, it's still pretty basic. Got some of the end banners up here. I like the colors. I'm digging the purple and black and stuff and the pink and black lately, so we're gonna go with that. I'll probably get some darker colors eventually when I feel like doing banners. This is my stored XP slash super smelter slash food room. Everything runs down here and into some stuff behind the scenes. There is a bamboo farm that feeds into it. I'll give you guys a peek at that in a little bit. But we'll do the main part of the base before we go down into the basement, into the industrial part. I guess counterclockwise. We'll go this way. Across the way there, that's the fishing room. We'll go there in a second. I don't know if it actually works anymore in 1.16 with the fishing updates. This is where the villagers end up from that breeder. And this is the trading hall. This is designed by Logical Geek Boy. Fantastic design. You push the button, it drops a villager, you give it a trait. You lock up the door so they can't path to other stuff. It's fantastic. I love techie stuff. I'm trying to get better at the building and the aesthetics. I really love both sides of the game. The redstone and the techie stuff, plus all of the amazing, beautiful scenery you can build. I love that it's so immersive and all-inclusive. This design is set up so that you can drop the villagers and turn them into zombies. That zombie shouldn't be able to get out that way. No, exactly. But he can turn a villager to a zombie, then you make him safe again, convert him, bing, bang, boom, discount. Unfortunately, my first nether fortress did not yield any nether wart, so we're still potionless at the moment till I go and find a second one. Had all these guys going because to get all this quartz, of course I didn't go and farm it. I did the trades with the masons. And the iron is so important because we were trading all the toolsmiths the iron to get that quartz, as well as some of the other blocks. I've been stocking up on terracotta because I want to do some colorful builds later on. And I wanted to make this place large because this is a single-player world, and I'm going to have a lot of librarians to get the books I need to get my god-tier armor and weapons, get everything really nice. There will be a lot more carpeting because even though there's light in here, slimes will spawn, and it gets pretty annoying. So we've got to do a lot more spawn proofing. And behind the scenes, I got to do some work in there. I haven't decided quite yet if I'm going to like finish the roof above the behind the scenes since you could see it, or if I'm going to do more like a finish where it looks like a cave, you know, I'm putting in stalactites and stalagmites and whatnot, make it look unfinished behind the scenes. But I'll touch on that in a little bit. There's a similar situation going on over there, but that room is bigger, and we're going to get deep over there, so we'll go there last. This is the little fishing pond I made. Now, I believe there were some updates in 1.16 where this may not work anymore. I believe you need a certain amount of water. This may have enough. I got to go look at the math on that. Mostly all this stuff's for decoration. This dome is not finished. There are big plans for this, including some hidden little secrets and gems. So if you guys like the series and like what I'm doing here and stick around, you may see some cool stuff in here later on. That goes for the rest of the unfinished places too. I've got some really cool plans. I like hidden little nuggets. Like you come in here and you're like, okay, so what is this? Just like a nether room with blah blah blah, and bam, this is my portal room. I love the idea of a hidden nether portal. One, because it's cool, and two, because then you don't have zombie pigmen wandering around your base as much. And I wanted to make it look like the nether was eating its way into real life. Eventually I'm going to redo some stuff. I don't really need most of these chests in here, and now that I have my central storage system, I'll probably just link all this up to that. But you know, things go in stages, right? This is my first attempt at a treasure room, and it's a little lax in the treasure at the moment because I had a project that required a boatload of rails, namely that villager trading post back there. It needed a lot of powered rails. So all the gold that was stacked up in here to make this place look opulent and amazing is gone. And I don't have a whole ton of diamonds because it hasn't been my focus. You know, you get the tools you need on single player and you just grind and whatever. We'll come back to that room in a second. This room, again, I have big plans for this whole thing. I think you can guess from the dirt pile we're going to do like a tree thing here. It's going to be a really, really big tree, and really lifelike, probably like some sort of like tall oak made to look like a old tree with like drooping leaves and stuff. This was my original staging area. Oh yeah, and the ceiling will definitely be cool. You can bet that every ceiling is going to be cool. That treasure room ceiling needs an upgrade, but This is my little staging area originally. These are all empty. This room is going to get converted and repurposed. It's going to be kind of like an armory room. May even put some redstone to auto-arm you up, like, you know, go to dry dispensers and stuff. Obviously, a little enchanting corner, which might link into that room. I might make some changes to this corner, but I thought it was really awesome and still do like it a lot. Carpet blocked the books at one point, so I had to remove it. I'm hoping they fixed that or will fix it so I can actually fully carpet that room. Onward to the room I was saving for last. This is the storage room. And the hallway to the storage room is my potion making section. Sorry guys, feel like I'm doing all right here, but a few words are getting me. This is designed by Mumbo Jumbo. Again, since I haven't gotten Nether wart yet, we're not focusing on filling it, and I will label all this when we get the item frames and the items up. But each one of these will be a potion button. You can check out his design again in the description. And then this is a tileable constant potion of one kind designed by Impulse SV, again in the description. These shulker boxes are just some supplies I'm working on because we still do have plans for this room. Boom. I am stoked about the way this came out. There will be a lot more detail. I might add some like hanging shelves and possibly like some like library type stuff in between the pillars just to give it some character. This is one block off center, and it's going to drive me insane, but it's hiding redstone, and I thought this would be a good spot at the time. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be like that, at least for a while. The lamps are going to change. There's going to be a whole huge chandelier here. I'm working on getting some glass. The input system, particularly proud of this, and I can't take credit for all the redstone behind the scenes, which I'll show you in a minute, and again, there'll be links in the description. But here, you dump any items you want into these chests, and they go in, and it sorts itself into the system. Up here, we got full shulker boxes. You drop full shulker boxes in, they're automatically emptied, filtered into the system. Down here, we got our shulker box return, so your empty shulker boxes come out here after they've been unloaded. This is for dumping trash. It will be connected to lava. This was recently finished in the last week, and once I got all the inputs hooked up, I haven't worried about hooking up the smelter to this side or the trash just yet, which is going to happen this week. The non-stackables all get filtered out and come back here. The 6 boxes here will be linked up to the smelter across the hall, or I might build another separate one just linked to this room right below to make it easy. But let's get behind the scenes here and start getting technical before I take you guys to the basement. We get in here. God, I love Mumbo's design. I don't actually understand all of this. I understand bits and pieces. I know about the burnout clock and that the hoppers are locked in a proper sequence to get the materials in. But if I had to rebuild this from memory, we'd be making potions by hand. This water elevator design is a Razeworks, and Impulse's sorting system up there. All these guys are great. You watch all these guys. Everybody who's linked in the description are phenomenal. They create great content, great tutorials, wonderful people. This is the shulker unloader system. I have the link written down, but I can't remember at the moment who it is. So anyway, we'll move on. Make sure to check everything out. There's a ton of stuff here. I'm probably going to miss a few things and forget a few things. There will be some back work done. Again, this might be done up like a cave. Like, all the back end sections may be done up like caves, because I don't like the idea of a building inside of a building, but like a building inside of an underground cave, I think that's pretty cool. So we just got to like detail it out. Like, I don't want it to look like a cave like this. I want it to have some character, some style. And obviously it can't just be like funk cracked out like that. That's marking that this is a slime chunk over here. I got to like make sure to kill those spots. They've been driving me crazy. You know, in the beginning of the game when you're like, I can't find slime and it's driving you bananas? Oh, I ran right past the next section. But anyway, yeah, running right past them, or can't get the slime you need, and then all of a sudden you're swimming in slime, and you're like, I hate these things, driving me nuts. So this is a Categorizer by Mizuma Games. This thing is insanely complicated. If I told you I understood 10% of what was going on in this section of the circuit, I think I'd still be lying to you. But I'm good at following tutorials, and again, I gotta decent enough sense of what's going on that, like, I'm not screwing it up too bad. There are a few glitches that I got to work out. These are just the slices for the different sorting. You know, you put your sorting stuff down here. Super, super great system. Very, very all-inclusive. You just sort whatever you want. You guys are probably wondering where all these chests are over here. This is going to actually, I got to take at least half of these out. This is where the nether wart's going to be stored for the automatic item system and the water bottles. The water bottles, I will make an automatic water bottle maker because I looked up that does exist. That'll make life easier. And we come back out here, full circle, looping around. That's the storage system. I'm not really counting how long this video is, and to be honest with you, I figured for the first one we'd just go and make it happen. So whatever it is when the tour's over. I promise you in the future we'll be doing time lapses, we'll be doing crazy builds, we'll be doing all sorts of stuff. But figured for an introduction we keep it basic. During the stream I was out doing yesterday, we worked on this design because I was not liking how it was originally. I'm pretty happy with it now, but you know, water elevators, it's hard to make them look great in the middle of a build. And I thought it was okay. Now we are in the catacombs essentially. I mean, I don't necessarily call it, okay. This is going to have to change. I just did this. I had a design here. I didn't like it. I changed it right before we started the video. And now things are catching on fire. That's what I get for introducing wood into a design. So this is the underside. This is the chest monster I've got going because I've been working on getting these pillars in the last couple of days and making sure we've looks like we got some structure. We're putting in some work. I want to get detail down here, but we're still a little ways away from detail. Like, we're starting to get some, like, character with the wood, but there need to be pathways and everything. Above here is where the input system is. This is so that everything down here can tie in, because this is where we're going to have most of our farms. And they're all going to link into the system. So everything's going to be automatic here. I like automating things. This is a kelp farm design. The tutorial is by Avomance. I did a little alterations. He kept his super tight and small, tileable. I went a little bit bigger with it because I just wanted to fill out the space and wasn't concerned if it was super efficient. This is floating because we've got to do some work, create some structure in here. You see we've got the two pillars on the other side, and over here we're working into this being finished. Everything so far has been within spawn chunks. Within the active chunks, this chunk here, where this is built, is in lazy chunks because it's a tree farm. It's Nim's tree farm. Super efficient for your three types of wood: oak, spruce, and jungle. Which, you guys, I cannot find a jungle. Granted, I haven't gone looking since I got my elytra, but I literally went like 10,000 blocks and just did concentric circles and just tried to find something. And I'm sure I missed it, and I'm sure I'm going to go back and facepalm. But man, I got lucky enough to find one bamboo in a sunken treasure chest because I was desperate to get bamboo for fuel. So this thing's super cool, and I'm gonna use it real quick just to show you because I love the way this thing works. He's brilliant for this design. You literally stand here and you just hold both buttons. Boom. It returns the saplings to you, everything. Bam, 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 bam. All the wood you could need for chests. Fantastic. I love how brilliant these guys are. It's phenomenal what they can do. We're going to leave these down here, though, so we have them for later. We need to do that. And what else we got down here? So we did run into an abandoned mine shaft, which was a pain to clear out earlier on. This is the bottom side of the trading hall. And this week I've been working down here to get this ceiling in and these pillars, as I said. So this ceiling will eventually cover it. So instead of the base looking like it's just floating, 10 tiles above bedrock, it'll actually look like you've got this huge catacomb of pillars just supporting it. And this place is going to get a lot of character. It's going to take a long time. It's a big project, but I plan on being in this world a good long while. So last couple of little things, nothing super important. Sorry I didn't plan this out well enough to end on a bang or anything like that, but this is where all the furnaces come out. We got cactus actually automatically with a switch up there, so we can just grind experience or turn it off if we don't want to get any more green dye. And I believe this This is all just temporary. There'll be access panels and everything, but right now we just got our scaffolding. This is the back end of the rail system for the furnaces. This is the bamboo farm. Bamboo farm is an Avomance design, so is this up here. A big Avomance fan, as well as a big Mumbo Jumbo fan. I think those guys do amazing stuff. Ray's too, though. I mean, I've been watching his videos lately, and I'm blown away at the mechanics that guy figures out. It's just phenomenal. And so, what else can we show you guys for this first time? I think we've just about covered it. There is, oh, the back end over here from that input system from the chess. So, you know, basic observer clock with a dropper. So those chests from up top drop all the ore in there, and it goes up. And this is where we're going to tie in those chests. They're going to come down from over there, and they're going to tie into this. And then this whole system's output is over at that chest we were standing on, and that's going to tie in there. We're going to have all sorts of, like, waterways and hopper systems and stuff, and it's all going to be blended in. I want to make sure it looks like it's part of the infrastructure. This place is meant to be kind of messy. And yeah, this feature right here, this whole lava floor bedrock thing, I absolutely love it. It is huge pain. It takes so much time. But hey, it's worth it, right? Now, I did this yesterday on stream. I'll end it here. I'll just show you this last thing we built. I kind of like the way this looks. It's one of the new 1.16 blocks. It's the gilded blackstone. And I think it looks pretty cool because it kind of looks like it's powering something back there. Like this pillar needs extra energy to hold the base up because it's so huge. But we're not just holding this base up with architecture and technology and math. We're holding it up with some magic because it's a magical world. With that being said, getting a little cheesy on you guys, I hope this video has really found you guys well. Again, all of the stuff you've seen here, plus probably a few things that I overlooked, are going to be in the video. Tutorials by some great content creators. I hate to be this guy right even on the first video, but if you could all just hit that like button, and if you really like the content, subscribe. I mean, you've been here this long. You probably enjoyed yourself if you're still here. So it really does help out from what I understand. I'm a newbie to this whole thing, so I don't know. I'm just repeating what I think I should say at this point. But eventually we'll get a legitimate end outro here and some music. I got some great plans for music coming in. I got a lot of musical friends. I've been in music my very long time myself. So thank you to all of you for sticking around to the end. Thank you to everybody who creates content out there. You guys are amazing, to the community. I look forward to doing all this stuff with you guys. And yeah, have a wonderful, amazing night. Take care.